Somebody's lost. People are peeping at him. Leave the guy alone, man. He's just trying to do his job. Yeah, what's going on, dudes? Hopefully everyone is doing okay. So we are back to uploading. We've not uploaded since about last November, December time. Pretty much right before we went back into lockdown. But I've dusted the bike off. I mean, it's needing another wash. I did wash it last week, but it is needing another wash. I've done a few bits here and there over the winter months, and she is back. So this video is basically just a wee update video, just to let you know that we're back recording. We're going to be uploading again. I'm not too sure what the schedule's going to be yet, so if I can get even 2 or 3 videos a month up, I know it's not a lot, but you know, wife works with NHS, whole lockdown situation, all that sort of stuff. But thankfully the kids are going back to school after the Easter break full time, so hopefully that'll free up a bit of time. But I did just want to start by saying a massive thank you to everybody over the last couple of months who've been stopping by the channel, liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting, and of course subscribing to the channel. We have totally passed the 100 subscriber mark by over 50%. That's unbelievable. But the last time I checked, we were like 160 subscribers, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I appreciate it, dudes, and I'm glad to see that all my mod 1, mod 2 videos, they're helping people, because I've had nothing but positive feedback and it has been so nice to see. So I'm glad that everybody's enjoying them, and I'm glad that people's learning a little bit, and hopefully you can put it into practice when it comes test day, and of course once you pass your test and you get out on the road by yourself. So a massive thank you to you, dudes, for that. I really do appreciate it, and it's a bit overwhelming to see that I've not been uploading and people are still giving me positive feedback towards the channel. So it is just inspiring me to keep uploading, you know, get my finger out, get a bunch of videos recorded, get them put up. So we've got a few ideas in the works for videos. Obviously I want to get the mod 2 series finished. There's been a massive break since the last video, I do know that. We went into lockdown, I couldn't really get out on the bike. I did take the bike off the road for the winter just to do a few bits here and there. So I will get the mod 2 series finished in the next couple of weeks. I mean, to be honest, we don't really have too much more to go over. We've went over the main fundamentals. Obviously the big thing that's left with the mod 2 series is what we're coming up to, is the roundabouts, because that can catch a lot of people off guard, especially if they're not car drivers. You know, if they're first time on the road, they are onto a bike, you know, and they've got no experience of 2 wheels or being on a roundabout, you know, so that can be quite daunting for people. And then we've just got the little things like the hill start, angled start, you know, pulling over at the side of the road, just little things like that. And then I'll maybe do like a little kind of summary video just to go over it all, maybe even do like a short mock test, you know. I won't do like a proper mock test because the video will be like 40 minutes long, but if we just do like a short test, just going over everything you can expect to happen on the test. We kind of did that anyway, but we just really spoke about it. Maybe if we done it to the point where we're actually showing you what it is you should be doing. What an idiot. So that's probably going to be about it for the mod 2 series, and then I've got a few ideas in the works for other things, but obviously we're kind of restricted on how far we can go. We're allowed to stay to the local area now. The lockdown has been lifted slightly to where it's stay in your local area rather than, you know, don't go out unless it's necessary sort of thing. And thankfully the area where I stay is absolutely massive, so it is huge. So we can travel, you know, quite a few miles while still being in the same area. I do follow a few biker pages on Facebook, and since the lockdown's been lifted a little bit, the amount of people trying to organise runs about in the local area it's awesome to see. It really is good to see people getting out on their bikes again, and obviously a lot of learners getting excited because the time is almost upon them where they can start training again, or start training for the first time, or, you know, big test day coming up. Obviously I'd love to be able to travel a bit further afield, because we were planning on doing the NC 500 this year, but yeah, I mean, that's not going to happen. I mean, it potentially could. I mean, we're still only in April, so I mean, it could potentially happen yet. We were supposed to be going to the Isle of Man this year, and that of course has been cancelled for the 2nd year in a row, which is a real shame to see. Not just because obviously it's kind of a bummer that we can't go, but obviously, you know, the Isle of Man is one of the biggest events in motorcycle racing, isn't it? Fingers crossed next year we'll be able to go, dudes. We did get our drone last year, the drone that we've not been able to make a video on yet, so I'll need to kind of get that out, get it all charged up again. I didn't realise in the UK you had to take like tests and stuff if you wanted to fly a drone. I didn't realise that when I bought it. It was just like, yeah, let's buy a drone. And then I kind of looked up some videos and some information regarding drones in the UK, and it's like, yeah, you have to sit a test. You have to sit a theory test, you have to register for like a pilot ID and stuff like that, and a drone ID, something along those lines. Or at least you have to do that if your drone is over 249 grams or something like that. And you know, that's a pretty light drone, isn't it? Ours is like 400 and something. So yeah, so we had to get all that stuff done. It wasn't hard, you know. You can do it in a couple of hours, you know. But we'll get a wee video doing a wee review on that, get it tested. So we'll get that out at some point, even if we take it out in the car, you know, we don't have to put it in the back. Just take it out in the car and get a wee test on it, see what it's like. So it really is an absolutely beautiful day today. It's a wee bit chilly, but to be honest with you, I'm not feeling it. You know, it was like 6 degrees when I came out, and it doesn't feel like 6 degrees. Maybe it's just because I'm glad to be back on the bike. I don't feel the cold, I'm that excited. I did take the bike out about a week ago, just to make sure she was all running the way she should be running and stuff. Gave her a nice wash, gave her a nice valet, and yeah, she's dirty again. So she needs to get washed again. So I've done a few little things, mainly just to make my life a wee bit easier when I'm out on the bike. I did a 9-volt adapter on, so we can charge our phone, use it as sat nav if we need it. Keep the GoPro on charge all the time, because the GoPro battery is, oh mate, it is so bad. I'm uploading to YouTube in 1440, and it's like 2.7K at 60 FPS you record on the GoPro, and oh mate, 50 minutes per battery. So it's not ideal, it isn't ideal, so that is an absolute must. I don't know if this road up here is still shut. It is, damn it. I was going to go along there. What is this big boy doing? He's seriously not trying to turn up there, is he? That is like a hairpin turn, man. Somebody's lost. People are peeping at him. Leave the guy alone, man. He's just trying to do his job. So I'm just taking it very, very easy on the bike today. I mean, I'm not a quick rider anyway, but I'm just taking it very easy, making sure that my clutch control is, you know, where it should be and things like that. Because I've not been out on the bike really since kind of, you know, November, December time. So I'm just easing my way back into it. So as well as our little 9-volt adapter, I don't know if anybody watched the video. It was the video I made last year about where the SV650 was a good first bike or not. I'll leave a little link if you want to go and check it out. It is an absolutely phenomenal bike, but the one thing I wasn't too keen on was the mirrors. I just couldn't see that well behind me, you know. It was like always trying to kind of stick my head away out and, you know, try to look between my elbows and stuff like that to try and get a decent view behind me, and it was a wee bit awkward. Certainly putting the straighter bars on it helped a wee bit, just having that extra height has helped. But what I did do is I got some handlebar extenders, and they have made so much difference, dude. I spotted them last year, but I could only get them, I think it was on Amazon or eBay, I can't remember, and they were coming from China, and it was like going to take weeks and weeks and weeks. Spotted a company on eBay that are doing them now. They're basically just 3D printed, and they just kick your mirrors out. You just put them on underneath the actual mirror, and you kick your mirror out about an inch and a half. So it just gives you that wee bit extra distance, and I think it makes a whole lot of difference, dudes. It really does. And it is good that things are starting to lift. I mean, it's pretty much been a year since we went into the first lockdown, or just over a year. It was last March. So it's been a while since we went into the first lockdown, and we did not expect it to last this long, did we? So just over a year on. In fact, it's been longer than a year. I think it was like November or January the year before that coronavirus came into the UK. So it just feels like it's a part of life now, doesn't it? You know, it's becoming more normal, I guess, if that's a way to look at it. You know, it seems weird to go to a shop without a mask, you know, having your hand sanitizer in the car so you can sanitize every time you come out of a shop, you know. Things like that, it's basically became second nature, isn't it? So getting back to normal, you know, which is going to be, let's be honest, it's going to be weird at first, isn't it? What is normal anymore, you know? You can't go down to the pub with your mates, you can't, you know, have a barbecue and invite your family around or whatever, you know, you can't do all that sort of stuff. We do have various vaccines in the UK now, which is good, and the quicker we can get rid of it, get it out of the UK, you know, erase it all together if we can ever do that, to the point where we can get back get back to normal. We can travel up and down the country, you can see your family, you can see your friends. But I'm hoping that everyone has been staying safe during the lockdown. I know it's not easy, especially when you've got, you know, family and friends who don't live close by, so they can't come and have a wee chat on your doorstep or a coffee or whatever, you know. Yeah, it's tough, man. But hopefully this time things are clearing. We have been here before, and that's what kind of makes everybody a bit on edge, doesn't it? You know, it's like, well, you know, last year this happened. We eased the lockdowns, we reintroduced a lot of things. You know, pubs opened, restaurants opened, and then a couple of months later it was gone. You know, it was taken away from us. So yeah, I'm hoping that this time we can beat it. I mean, the numbers in Scotland have came down dramatically in the last month to 6 weeks. I mean, we were averaging about 1,000 cases a day, kind of give or take 100, you know, up and down. But now we're averaging about 200 to 300 a day, which is a massive drop, isn't it? I mean, that didn't drop overnight, obviously. You know, it gradually came down. So I thought I'd just come and have a little chat, you know, let you know what's happening with the channel, why I've not been uploading, and we are going to be uploading again. Just a few videos that are going to be coming up next are going to be just to finish off the Mod 2 series. We'll see where we can go from there, because I like doing the instruction stuff, because it's been something I've been thinking about quite a lot, to be honest. You know, not anytime soon, you know, because I'm still myself a fairly new rider. You know, we've not even been past our test a year yet. I do like kind of giving people help and hints, you know, within limits, obviously. You know, I don't want to, you know, teach people to do something that's I might not know is right, you know. So I'd prefer to tell people I know how to do this, you know. Like the Mod 2 stuff, I'm pretty confident with that stuff, so I don't mind, you know, sharing the information I have, because it's exactly the same stuff that I used to pass my test, and you know, and it works, it does work. But it's something I've been thinking about, you know, just maybe I should look into doing my advanced riding. You know, I'm not necessarily talking about becoming an instructor or something like that. Maybe, you know, 5 years time or something possibly, but not anytime soon. But I was thinking about possibly doing my advanced riding maybe next year, not this year. So I might do it next year. I've had a wee look into it, you know, just to see what's involved and stuff. That is a really squeaky back brake. That's maybe something they should do on tests, you know. If they put like some sort of noise thing attached to your back brake so they know when you're using it each time you go, oh, it didn't work then, oh my god, what a tool I just looked there. If they had like a little noise thing, so every time you push the back brake, even if they've done like a silly wee horn thing or something, then the instructor would go, okay, he knows how to use a back brake properly. Did I ever go over that? I'm not too sure if I ever went over that in the Mod 2 stuff. I might have to look back in the videos and check that, because if I didn't, that would be a really informative video for some people. You know, how to use the brakes properly, what brakes you should be using in certain, you know, circumstances and things like that, because you don't just always squeeze the front brake, you know, that can cause you problems. I maybe have to look back on that, and if I've not done it, make a wee braking tutorial. Oh, cheeky. One thing I've noticed about being on a motorbike is you notice things like that a lot more. I don't know if it's just me or not, but you realise just how bad some drivers are on the road. You know, and you notice it in a car as well. But when you're sitting from a rider's point of view, where you're just, you know, you concentrate a lot more, you're making sure that you're scanning everything, and every indication, every turn of a car, you know, you're making yourself aware of it. And you realise, oh my god, how have you got a licence? So I thought I would just give you this little update on what's going on, have a wee chat. So I'll try and get the Mod 2 stuff finished in the next week or two. We'll do the roundabouts, we'll do the, you know, the pulling over, the angled start, hill start, all that sort of stuff. And then I'll go back and check my other videos. If I've not done anything on how to use the brakes properly, we'll chuck a wee brake tutorial video in there as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, guys, give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate every single one of your likes. And of course, if you want to see all of my uploads, click on that subscribe button and ring the bell while you're there. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a video. But until next time, guys, stay safe and take it easy.